Hello everyone and welcome to another video. So today we're going to make an analytics dashboard to our website. So okay, let's begin. Today we will use ChartJS for some charts that we're going to use. We're going to be using fontAwesome for their icons, and we're going to use some animations, maybe Animate CSS, I don't know. So okay, let's begin. So first of all, I got all the links here, but if you press the exclamation mark and hit enter in the VS editor, VS Code editor, Visual Studio editor, it will generate you this basic HTML tags. So what we're going to do is we're going to import our icons up in here, always up in here. So first of all we have the icons, then we have the animations, then we have the scripts, and then we're going to have our custom CSS right here. And the way that we talk to the CSS is by writing this link tag, and then rel it's going to be style sheet always, and href is going to be the file that we want to direct this link to. So this is going to be design style.css. Alright, so let's begin, shall we? So first of all, what we're going to do is we're going to make a div named table container. So if you saw the picture, the thumbnail, we should be getting this, right? We want to make this. So how do we make this? We want to make this. I want to make this with a table, right? It's going to be fast and easy. It's a table, it's a row, another row, another row, another row, another row. This one is a TD. And if you don't know about tables, then I'm going to show you right away. It's not that hard. So inside that div, I'm going to make a table and call it as a class design table. Okay, so we make the table and we make the t row. So the t row is that one, basically, is that thing over here. It's the row of the table. So one row there, then one td. I'm gonna name it top. We're gonna use it later for our styling. And inside that td, I'm going to make a div called class flex td. So hold on with me for a minute. So we made a row, and now we made this one, this little guy right here. Imagine, like in your head, you know, this is how you make tables. You imagine it like making a row and then putting all the columns that you want in there, right? So let's go back here now and add a span. Gonna call it title, and here we're gonna say total sessions. Alright, closing the span. Now let's got another span named number, and this is going to be the number right here. So yeah, we have all the elements we want. Now we're gonna use the little icon as well. The icon is the little symbol right here. You see that? Yeah, it's just gonna add some styling to our TV. Okay, so the icon is that, and it's a arrow that's pointing right. Okay, so we're basically going to copy and paste that for every single column. Let's go and see what we've got till now. So we got this boy right here. So you see we have a row and we have 3 TDs. We haven't added any style to it, so that's why it's showing up like that, but it's got the structure all together, you know. So alright, so let's add another row. Let's add the other row now. Okay, so we made that. Now we're going to make so we're going to make it another table data. So we're going to say now inside the TD we're going to say row span 2 and col span 2. I'm going to show you in a little bit what does that mean, like right now, but just wait a minute for a minute. Okay, so we made a class. Okay, so what we did is we made a class of TD chart first of all. That's for the styling later on. So I'm going to add some content in here. Okay, so we got this. Now the row span, no, the col span is saying I want you to expand to the other box as well. So you see how there's 3 of them right here. If we say col span 2 is going to take that one and that one, and the row span means that it's going to take that part and that part. So it's like combining it together. So row span is saying to the box go one down. Row span 2 is going to be this one right here and this one right here, and col span is going to do, I'm going to take this one and this one. So if you say col span 3 is going to take this one, and this one, right? I hope you got that. So col span 2 just to make it just to the right, and row span 2 just to make it a little bit to the top, to the bottom. So it's going to take double space. Yeah, that's about it. And here we want to create a canvas. So we're going to say, what the hell, canvas? The canvas is going to be used when we create our charts from the library. Just don't worry for that yet. And of course we're going to add a little icon right here. Alright, so we're going to make a new table row. Now, as you can see, we basically have one row, another row, and another row, but this column has taken up the space of this column, and this column has taken up the space of this column as well. This one as well, it's the same thing basically. So let's Okay, so I'm going to do a copy paste. Don't ever try that. But I will do a copy paste just because it's the same thing. And okay, so we have these containers building up like this. It's already building up, as you can see. It's already happening. Okay, so let's go to the styling right now. The other part, we're going to make another table that's going to be next to each other, so that it has a little bit more height to it. I'm not sure, but I think I can't put a height there and build it up like this. It's going to take necessarily, it's going to be all evenly. You can say that this can take from here to here, but I wanted to make it a little bit more custom, so we're going to add another table with 2 rows basically and 2 DDs. So this is our container, right? And we're saying to the container that we want this to be flex. What does flex mean? I use flex just only because I can put the tables right next to each other with this line of color here, flex direction row. I'm going to put another table in that same container. Justifying content, if we had, let's say, height, it's, give me one moment. Okay, so justify content, let me remove that so you can see. Okay, so align items by itself, remember, justify content and align items only go with flex. Put flex in here and then call those 2 lines. So justify content makes the div go to the center, but align div does that. Let me show you. If I do that, justify content will take the div right here. If I do this as well, it's going to be center, you know? You get the point. From here. Okay, so we're back at normal, baby. Now what I'm going to do is call the table container once again and call design table. That's the table, the class of the table. Border, collapse, separate. This is going to separate the cells a little bit. Border spacing, and we want the spacing to be 10 pixels of those cells. So yeah, let's see what happened. So you see that they have a little more space to them. Yeah. So we're going to make the width 60%. Let's make it 40. Let's make it 50, right? Okay, so we made that 50. No, 40. 45. Right, 45. So we got the width already. Now we're going to make the table layout fixed. So position, let's make it relative so we can style the icon absolute and goes right in this direction. I will show you how. do you like that? Okay, let's make it like that. Okay, so let's add some style into it, like box shadow 3 pixels. It's going to make us a nice little shadow effect in our div. So that's the hex code. You want to do the same. So you see that shadow right there. It's making it a little more professional for us. So we're going to do a border radius of 5%. Okay, let's do 2. Let's take the FlexDD div. So the FlexDD is taking all the divs basically except from the charts. So why I did that? So let's see why I did that. I'm going to display again flex, right? And I'm going to say flex direction go to column, and then align items center. Let's make the color inside the div also white. Let's see the results. Boom, you see that? We are already getting somewhere, right? Alright, so let's do a border none as well. Margin bottom 10%. I was experimenting with this a lot before I do this video. So we have a margin bottom that sends the div all the way to the top. Let's see the actual div in place. So this is our div, right? So we get the margin bottom, so it goes up in here. The div goes up, and then I'm making aligned items, so it goes right. So it goes right in the middle. Alright, so now okay, so let's make the FlexDD title a font size of 16 pixels. Alright, so let's change the font size a little bit. For the number now, let's do FlexDD number, font size 50 pixels. Alright, cool. Okay, cool. Check the icons. So FlexDD icon, char. Okay, FlexDD icon. Let's make the position absolute. The right 0 and the bottom 0. Okay, let's see what we've done so far. So you'll see this right here, how it got there. Now you're going to say how. So the answer is that I've put the FlexDD, all the FlexDDs, all the divs at position relative, right? Okay. Here the items are unset of position, and this item is absolute. So when I say that the item is absolute inside the relative div, I'm saying that if I haven't put this in a relative div, it would make the div it would make the icon go crazy in the absolute. It will stay absolute in a position, and if we resize the browser, it would be a catastrophic thing. So we put relative just there. Let me show you. If I cut the relative out, you see the arrows are not appearing because they're white. They're somewhere in the website, but we're going to keep that relative and the icon absolute. And what I'm saying is right. So right we have 0 pixels, and bottom will have 0 pixels. That's how it works. I don't know why. So if we haven't done that, it's going to appear right there, right as it was in the beginning. When we say right 0 pixels, it's going to be in the right position. When we say bottom 0, it's going to go to the bottom. If you want to go to the top, then you will say top 0. So you're changing the position as you want to. We want to do that in the right bottom area corner. Now we're going to transform that icon to rotate a little bit, 45 degrees, so it goes like that. Let me do -5. Okay, so that's the icon, little icon right there. Now what we want to do is, let's see. Okay, let's change the color a little bit of this icon. So we're making it like that. Okay, so we're going to make the margin top to the numbers, just so it goes to right in the middle of all on the FlexDD number. So we're taking the FlexDD and then the number. Alright, so let's see now. Remember that we called them top because they were on top. I called them top so I can grab them to the CSS. So we're going to say FlexDD top right here. Let's say that the height of this DD top, or no, top, yeah, top. The height is going to be, remember, FlexDD was 50 pixels. This is going to be 85 pixels or something. Oh, why didn't that work? Oh no, it's not inside that. It's just low. Have to table container design tabletop, and boom, there we go. It adds a little bit more height. Yeah, it definitely does. So yeah, let's keep it that way. No, let's make it a little bit more. Okay, like that, and let's make the numbers go a little bit more down. Now they need a little more change. So design tabletop, we are saying that we want this from the top. We want to grab the what is called, yeah, the FlexDD and then the number. So let's go FlexDD and the number. We set the margin to 5%. Now we're going to say that we're going to have it in 6%. Okay, so we made it a little bit more in the middle. So let's say, so now we want to grab, so now we are pretty much done. Now we're going to make the other table. So let's see. So the other table. So let's go to our HTML again. Here we will add another table and we will say second. Okay, so let's make this table have a class and we call it like design table 2. Let's make a table row. Let's make a let's make data in there. So I'm going to name this chart tab for the chart, for the upper chart. Span is just for the text, just to put some text, random text on your website. That's not a paragraph where it's not a paragraph, where it's not a header. So we made this table right here. Pretty ugly, I know. So you see this icon? It has an absolute position, but this TD doesn't have a relative on it. It's kind of funny. Yeah. So it has an absolute position, but let's make it. No, let's make it for all the eyes. You know, all the eyes now are positioned absolute. Okay, yeah. So these ones are in place as they should. These ones are all over the place. One is here, the other one is, I don't even know where. Probably in space, right? Just go 0 and 10. So what that did is I separated this, the top and bottom of the cells, but I didn't separate the left and right. So what I did was, instead of putting space in all directions like that, I don't want to put space in here. That's why I'm not doing this, because it's going to take more space than that one. So let's put the 0 pixels right there. So we have no space right here. We have space though top and bottom. Oh, okay, so we got that. Let's make this one have a little bit more height, so it goes exactly at the end of the other table. So let's make it 4070. Let's make it 460 pixels. So let's say we have that. Let's say also that I'm going to take this TD and make it a little bit like that. Let's say I want this 5 pixels. Alright, so it's perfectly set, right? We got this out of the way. Let's make the table container. Sorry if I don't explain that easily for you, if you want more explanation, but Let me know in the comment section below. I will help you out. 21, 21, 24, and A9. That's the color, baby. Okay, so we have the box shadow. Oh, that's why I did that. Okay. Yeah, that's the pixels. Alright, that's the pixels. So we got the box shadow, the styling to it, and all that. Let's make them have a really nice color. So now I am selecting the chart down and chart up, basically. I'm going to say that I want the background color to be another color, of course. Background color 21, 21, 24. Border none. Oh, actually, let's make it 1 pixel solid. 21, 24, A9. Let's make it a little bit more like this. Border radius. No, let's see that. I think we had 3 in the other ones, right? If I'm not mistaken. Okay, so we did that. Did we have 3? No, we had 2. Sure. Alright, so let's make those a little bit more smaller. Okay. Okay, so we got that also covered up. Okay, pie description. So in the pie description, we're going to make that in a container. So we have a container, and inside here we're going to make a div called class color1 color, just to separate some containers. So this container right here is going to be for that thing. The other container is going to be for that thing. The other container. Container color1, and then sorry, and then I'm going to take the container color2, then I'm going to take the container color3 as well, all those 3. Display them as flex, having the content to be space between, light item center, width 90%, margin 0 auto, font size 7 pixels, font family. Sorry if I'm not commentating. I'm going to explain everything. And then adding 1 pixels. Let's see. Okay, cool. Pretty cool, huh? So we're going to change the table 2, the table 2 width from the table. It ends right here. It has a table and it ends right here. Okay, we're going to take this and shrink it a little bit, make it a width of let's make the font size. Yeah, the font size a little bit smaller. Let's make it 16. Let's say okay, cool. Let's make it 1, 2, 3, so it's more readable to us basically. So we're saying 3, 1, 2, 3. Oh, sorry, and we made those little ones, the little titles go just to the left because it was to the right, too much to the center. Let's make them go a little bit left again. And now we're going to take the class of color. The color class is right. Where is it? Okay, so the color is right here. Color. So we're taking all the little guys that we haven't made yet, but we are going to do that right now. We're going to say that the position is absolute, just so we can display them, because without any content inside, there's nothing to display. But if we do position absolute and declare the width and the height. Okay, so now that we did that, it's out of their way. So we're going to do margin left 5%, 10%, 50%, no, 10%. So that's that. So now we're going to set the border radius 15%, background color it's white. Let's set it to white. Let's set, because it's in absolute position, I'm going to say left 5 pixels. We're going a little bit to the right. Do we have to control the top? No, don't have to. So that's all that is. Now we're going to declare all of those one by one. How do we do that? We do that by selecting the color 1, color 2, color 3. Let's paint them white. Let's paint the pie chart to white. So where's the pie chart? It's right here. So pie container span. So let's say pie container span, have color of white, just for now. Font size of 7 pixels. 18 pixels. Okay. So okay, whatever. Let's go to the charts now, right? So the charts. So right after the HTML title closes, we're going to make a JavaScript. We're going to make a JavaScript tag, just so we can put there our JavaScript code. Let's do that. So this is the charts, right? This is the horizontals. This is all the charts that we needed to have. Now, this generates a chart by itself. We're saying that my chart equals new chart CTX. The CTX is getting the Hori chart ID. So the Hori chart ID is that one right here. So the charts go into the canvas by an ID. So I'm communicating through all the charts, one chart, two chart, the second chart, by their ID in their canvases. So